All right, hey Marcus, we're going to record some whiteboards. This might be a little crazy, but this is for chapter 9. Here's your first task. I'm going to explain to you what this table means, right? So there were two groups that were each given $1, but in different units. So one of them was given a $1 bill and one of them was given a 4 quarters. Do you think your bill size or whatever determines whether you spend the money or not?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Yeah.
I think so.
So every year for Christmas, we'll get $100 bills or whatever, as a Christmas gift or whatever. And I still literally have one sitting in my wallet because I'm I don't want to break that, versus if I had 5 20s, which is exactly the same amount, I probably would have spent that already. In fact, I know I did, right? So, let's see if those groups are the same. So, we're going to be testing the proportions. This is a proportions test. And what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be doing the critical value method. And then I'm going to have you do this thing again, and we're going to do the confidence interval method. So, we're going to take the same data, but I'm going to walk you through step by step. So, the first thing that I want you to do for critical value method, I want you to use this data to find P bar and find P hat 1 and P hat 2. Okay, do those real quick. Go. Find P bar, find P hat 1, find P hat 2.
Do you have another marker by chance? No, mine doesn't work.
Did you bring back a box or no?
No, I need to go get one.
Yeah, it's back there on my desk. Go grab it. P bar, P hat 1 and P hat 2.
Are you serious? You couldn't have got black?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Black is the superior marker color.
Blue's
We're
a
going to say
black
group
color.
1 refers to your P1 and group 2 refers to your P2.
Work?
Yeah.
Group.
Huh? Okay. Group 1 is P1.
Group 1 is P1, group 2 is P2. Yep.
Comes,
Okay.
how do I get this to a decimal?
You have a button. Oh, right here. Okay, you have a yeah. You have to go to math and then fraction decimal. So if you want it as a decimal, you can hit enter, and then you can do the same thing. You can go math, and you can go back to a fraction if you want to. Enter. Okay. Well, there's that. Okay.
Yeah, it might be on the wrong side.
P bar, P hat 1, P hat 2.
Okay.
Pause. Oh,
This is for a proportion. So you should be on your 7-1 stuff.
7-1.
7,
9-1.
not 9-1. That's what I mean. Trig is in chapter 7. That's why I'm getting confused. Okay, are you guys ready?
No.
No.
Just give me 5 more seconds.
Okay, if you're struggling, P bar, the formula. If you don't have this written on your sheet, you need it because I know I ask you this tomorrow. N1 plus N2. Okay, that's your P bar. That's how you find P bar.
Who's the sub?
Johnson.
Yay! Chances of me finishing my test probably not because I'm gonna have questions.
Sure. If you don't finish, put all your charts together.
Johnson knows. I know he
Do the
knows.
test with us.
Yeah.
Make sure you get an extra copy for him.
I know.
I'm sure he knows, but he can't dumb it down for me.
Okay, are you guys ready for these 3 at least? P bar, X1. You're going to do 12 and 27 added together, right? Over 46 and 43 added together.
-5.
Is what?
-5.
No.
-15 over 3.
Negative 15 over, what are you talking about? 0.438?
4.
Yeah.
Okay, 0.438 or 44. At least give me 2 decimal places. If you give me 3, double bonus. But 2 decimal places at least.
P1 is
Okay.
0.261.
All right, how do you find P hat
Sure
1?
it's add
12 divided by
it is.
46.
Yes.
X1 over N1.
Is 12 over 46, and this one's 27 over 43. So if you're looking at these, P bar is kind of like the combination of P hat 1, P hat 2 together, okay? All right, we are comparing, what's P hat 1?
0.26.
0.261, okay? And 27 over 43?
0.628.
Woo!
3.
0.628. All right, we're going to hypothesis test these, but look at what we're comparing.
It does not equal.
Do you think that they're going to be equal to?
No way.
No way. 26 and 62%. I don't think so. All right, but that's the next thing. So we've got our fill in this part. H naught, H1. Okay, then fill in your bell curve. The last sentence here says 0.05 significance level. So fill those in. We are assuming that they're equal to, not equal to. We'll do that one first.
Small. Hey, what's the claim? Girl?
The claim is equal to.
So P.
That they are
Should we
insane.
just know that by osmosis, or is there something gonna tell us?
I will give that to you. I have to give you whether it's less than, greater than, whatever, right?
1.96.
Okay.
Is that 0.96? I'm so good. It does not equal. It's all the way over there.
It's all the
Will
way
you
over there,
let
she
me
says.
do this?
No.
Okay.
Here, Coney, what did you get?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I got negative. I got negative 3.49.
That's what I got.
3.87. I also use all the junk in my calculator.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I did 3 decimal places. I did
I did
typed
3
it all
decimal.
in
I
at
did
once.
3 decimal places.
Up yonder,
Yeah,
and then I use.
3.4.
I also got that.
But I used all my junk, so I got negative 3.
That shouldn't be that far off, though.
I got negative 3.49 as well.
Sarah got really off the other day when she didn't use all the junk in her calculator.
Jake, when I see those, I start dancing.
And like,
I also typed mine in.
All right, some of you guys have gotten this far already, but the next thing you need to calculate, you need to find where the Z is for the cutoff mark,
1.96.
what those guys are, okay? And then you need to find your Z, which is P hat 1 minus P hat 2 over the square root of P bar Q bar over N1 plus
We're gonna break the table.
P bar Q bar over N2.
Talking about quarters and dollars.
But like, what's our
Looks really light.
P1 equals P2.
Yeah, P1 equals, yeah.
When are you getting?
We're claiming that they're equal, that they're spent at equal rates. Okay, so if you are struggling and not knowing what to do, at least try to calculate that big old fat formula. You've got everything that you need up above.
5.
This is 0.05.
What did you get for me?
Negative 0.387.
Okay.
They got negative 3.47.
Practice, get out whatever calculator you plan to use tomorrow so that you can type this in.
Well, they all got
Negative
it, but
3.49, yeah.
Mine is I get the same answer. Like the reject or whatever. 4, 8.
We're using Z on this, right?
Yep. For proportions, you always use Z chart. If you don't have that written on your yellow sheet, write it down. Like 9-1 stuff is all the Z chart.
Are we just gonna go through and do an example of each one?
Yeah. But here in a second, we're going to do the same one, but doing the confidence interval method. So you got like critical value, confidence interval, critical value, confidence interval.
Is it gonna tell us which one's which?
Yes. I will tell you which one to use. Do you know the difference between critical value, confidence interval?
Nope.
Critical value is this side. Confidence interval is this side, right?
What'd you get for your reject?
Okay.
Gracie, can I
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start filling these in because most of you are done.
Not.
H naught, if you're struggling, here you go. H naught, we're doing proportions. So P1 equals P2.
It's underneath your. It's on the counter.
And then we have not equal to.
Drop it.
Okay? Do you have one tail, two tail?
2.
2.
You have chaps.
Shaded, how much in each? 2.5% in each, which means we have 95% on the Z chart. 95%, 1.96.
You're just as helpful as
I
I
No,
All right. When you plug all your numbers in, I would say at least use 2 decimal places. On here, they used 3. So you're doing like 0.261 minus 0.628. And then you've got 0.438 and 0.5, whatever that is. 562, whatever, for your P bar and Q bar. When you plug all those numbers in and type it in, you get 3 point negative. Is it negative 3?
Yeah, negative 3.1.
They got negative 3.49-ish, something like that.
4.7.
4.7. Okay. It just depends on what decimal you round it to. It shouldn't make that much of a difference, but where does negative 3.49 live?
Outside.
Over here. So that means we are going to not say that they're equal, which is what we had planned, right? We didn't think that they were equal to begin with. Okay, so that is a reject. H naught, claim, false, right? We're assuming the claim is the top one, right? Okay, now here's my question. The next thing I want you to do on your board is, because I ask you one of these tomorrow, I want you to explain to me, write out in words, you can paraphrase if you want to, what we just found. Not using reject and claim false or whatever. Okay? I want you to write out, listen, here we go. Write out. You can paraphrase if you want to and abbreviate and stuff, but write me out a brief sentence that tells me what we just found. Not using the reject and claim false and that stuff, right? Write me out a sentence that tells me what we just found. Go. Write it out. What did we just find? In layman's terms, in like non-technical terms, I'll say.
What do they say, like, the form?
Okay? Tell me what that means in non-technical terms. Okay? Get it written down. Tell me what that means in non-technical terms. What did we just find? In non-technical terms.
You mean 4 quarters? You spelled dollar wrong.
I don't know what, can you scroll up?
Basically, yes. I'll take that. What? Scroll up? Scroll up where?
Your mom.
To the words. You gotta see the words. You could use, I guess, I usually look for the words to test the claim that, and then it'll tell me what I'm testing.
Well, it doesn't say that. 'Cause
That it doesn't say that, I don't think. What are we looking for though?
It says 4 quarters.
what I said,
Besides, it's 4, not 3.
I didn't ask.
Okay,
So
we're
you're
looking
wrong.
for the rate of money spent, right?
God.
Who spends money?
Over there.
Quarters.
In my, I know.
Yeah, which one's more likely to be spent?
A dollar.
More quarters, or four quarters instead of a dollar bill, right? Is more likely to be spent. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't spend
My quarters sit in my dang wallet forever, and I spend dollars.
Yeah, but if you get, if I hand you
I
a
spend
quarter,
my
or
debit
4
card.
quarters, and you're right next to a vending machine, rather than if I hand
True.
you a
I'm gonna use
dollar
my
bill.
quarters first, right? I get you. Yeah. If I have the option between 4 quarters and a dollar sitting right there, I'm gonna get rid of my quarters first. That makes sense, okay? So, you would say that the rate of spending 4 quarters versus a dollar bill is the same or not the same?
Not the same.
Not the same, right? We spend 4 quarters more frequently or faster. Okay, happy with that? All right, I'm going to erase some of that information. You can as well if you want to. I don't care. I'm going to get rid of this part at least, and I want you to find me the confidence interval, okay? I'll write down some stuff that you will need. Try and see if you can find it on your yellow sheet. It's going to be the backside 9-1 that you're going to need, but
Well,
confidence interval. Confidence interval is an interval, right? You're trying to find where P1, let me find it. Ultimately, you're wanting P1 minus P2, where he lives between these two numbers, right?
Jake,
Okay?
what's up?
All right, to find this number right here, you do P hat 1 minus P hat 2. This is the formula. Minus the error, and then you do plus the error to find these two guys, okay? Formula for error is, I don't remember.
Z times all that junk.
I'll do
The
that
square
one
root
too.
of
The
n
bottom of the-
squared
Yeah, make sure you
divided by
get the
n1
same
plus.
answers as me.
Is it P bar? No, it's P hat 1.
I just had one.
P hat 1, Q hat 1 over N1.
Wait, that's
Plus.
RZ? That's RZ?
Yeah.
P
but,
hat
like,
2,
yeah.
Q hat 2 over N2. It is the Z that we find from the chart.
What the actual F?
What's the
Okay.
ends?
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, what's the ends?
watch your mouth.
Ends
boy.
right there. Okay?
Pipe down.
So, calculate the error. I gave you the formula. Go, calculate your error.
How do I find-
Add and subtract. Find me what the interval is. When I ask you these questions, just like we did on the review, when I ask you confidence interval, I'm just going to ask for confidence interval. I'm not going to ask for what does that mean. Is it a reject or fail to reject? I will just say, find me the confidence interval. You can stop at that point. You don't have to actually do a conclusion. Make sense? Okay. Jake, quit drawing. Plug these numbers in.
Okay.
This formula right here. Z.
Come on, Jake.
I have all your stuff up here.
Where's the Q hat?
P hat 1, Q hat 1, all that good stuff.
My 10th grader stick went down.
Where's the Q? Yeah, I got it.
Oops.
We don't have it written down, but you can find it. Pretty easy, right?
I got 0.182, 0.183.
I got 0.192.
Those are close. It's probably just because you use different decimal numbers. That's probably
Oh,
okay.
we gotta add it. For the error,
Hang on, give me
What'd
a
you
second.
get?
0.168.
That's what I
I
got.
can't.
0.168.
I got 0.18.
I got,
Did you use 2 decimals or 3?
I used all of them.
typed the whole thing.
I used about 800 decimal places.
guys, why did I do that?
Absolutely not, woman.
Okay, you're probably all right. You're fine.
How come we? What'd
Sorry,
you
my
get?
10th grade went down.
I got 0.18.
Oh, I got
Well, 0.16 and 0.18, those are not too far apart from each other.
Cause I have a 100, 196,
0.192.
195. That's a sad.
What are you mean?
I will look at your work
101.
on the test.
What
I will
are
look at
you
your
doing?
work.
Stop.
That.
Okay.
you, and I'm not joking.
Oh, I know what I did. Give me a second. I know what I did. Let me retype this.
Oh.
Been threatened.
I didn't. I used the same.
You're
I'm pretty sure.
just joking, Emma. Don't
Wait,
get
what's N1?
Great, go put your phone away.
Go up, go up.
You do it.
46.
What?
0.193.
46 and 43.
Round.
For what?
Emma, I was just kidding.
Nah, your number way off.
Gracie got the same thing,
I got 0.193.
but I also use all the
Rachel
decimals.
got 0.192.
I typed people.
Yeah, it's just because you use different decimal numbers. I will
I
look at your
got
work and make sure that it's
0.192.
legit. It's fine.
My leggings are still.
Valid.
But my work's not
Why
gonna
am
show
I
that
still
I used
getting
8,000 decimal places.
0.0981?
I just use
I
the
know.
one that's in my
That's
calendar.
fine.
What do I do with this?
I'll check it. It'll be fine.
I got
Okay,
7.
so
That's
p hat 1 minus p hat 2 minus and plus the error.
I don't know.
That I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
Somebody get me some answers and we'll compare.
I got like
Minus.
Oh, I'm trying not to say that.
You're gonna have a kid.
I'm working on it.
Negative
Since yesterday, I've
0.5.
decided I'm not
I
gonna
got
say that anymore.
0.0981 and everyone else got like 1.96.
I got 4.5.
Okay,
So
okay, but let me see how you type this.
Wait, 261?
you have one.
I also did it in pieces and I still got this.
I got 0.192.
I got 4.5. Yeah. These parentheses are killing me, Tommy.
Divided by 46.
I got marked up. What does it mean? I'm trying to print this.
And 1.96.
Negative 0.559 and negative 0.175.
I know. Hey,
Negative.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And
Take that time. 1.96.
negative 0.559.
1.192. Ah, that's the whole problem.
I think that's
See,
right.
look at this. This is why we do whiteboards.
Okay.
All right, what did you get? I'm gonna
I don't
copy
know if that's
Kira's.
right. I don't know if it's
Negative 0.559
I got-
and
Less.
negative 0.175 ish is what you should get.
The elementary copier has-
Does
Yeah.
0 live there? You don't have to do this result because
No.
0 lived there, which means that it is
Fail to reject.
Not
or
equal to.
I mean,
Valid
reject.
answer.
right, not equal to. Got it?
Oh yeah, because it's
Perfect.
zero.
Yep, 0 should live between there, but it doesn't, which is the same as the results that we got before. Got it? Good?
We only have time for like one more example.
Okay, let's do, I don't know if I want to do this. Okay, here you go.
No.
Let's do this data right here. Calculate for me what D bar is.
The bar.
I don't know how to.
Find D bar. Okay, what do you do first to calculate D bar?
Subtract.
You have to subtract them. The top one minus the bottom one usually, right? Okay, then calculate the average. I will not make you calculate standard deviation, but I will make you calculate average. So D bar, make sure you know how to do that.
And then you take the average of all those differences.
Okay, so do your subtraction. There are 6 numbers.
No. I'm not awake. Is that 7-7? Hurry up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh,
These are prices that you're getting, I think, right?
do it faster.
If you book 1 day in advance versus 30 days in advance. Holy cow.
329. Is that the last one?
6, you said?
It
There's
is.
6 of them?
Alright. What did it
Four
show?
one
Together.
419.2.
Yep.
Just looking at the table, does it look as though you get the same price booking 1 day in advance versus booking 30 days in advance? Just looking at the table, does it look
No.
like you get the same price booking 1 day in advance versus booking?
No.
So I'm going to say that these are not going to be equal to. We're probably going to get a reject for the equal part, right? Okay.
Now what do I get?
There. I got the S too.
419.2.
419.2.
D bar is 419.2.
Yep.
Okay.
Can y'all chill?
S, give me S, right?
73.0.
73.0. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Do this real quick. Do the hypothesis test. We are testing to see, and this is where we do
Is this
mu
confidence or
D.
critical?
Confidence. Okay? This is where we do mu D, right? We're going to say mu D equals 0, and then I'm going to say mu D
Less
is
than. Greater than.
greater than 0 because we're saying the top one is bigger than the bottom one, right?
Whatever.
Okay? So we're going to do that one, we're going to do greater than, we're going to do a 0.05 significance level. Okay?
So 90.
You need to find your
I got the right answer.
Hey, what's
formula,
the T chart for 90?
and the formula is, I don't know, something.
It's T times SD over the square root of N.
Yeah.
T times SD over
The square root of it.
square root.
And
T
it's
times SD?
T times
Oh yeah,
SD
you're right,
squared
right,
is
right,
N.
right, right.
What's
I just
the
don't
D?
know what I'm doing.
I don't have my
Okay.
chart.
The D.
D bar is up there, Clayton.
No, it's just D.
No, it's not, it's D-bar.
He is only right-tailed. True?
Yes.
5% there.
Why is there no bar in
So we're looking at what percent in the middle?
What?
90 at how many degrees of freedom?
SD. It's just a standard.
5. 90 at 5 degrees of freedom. What's that number?
What are you're talking about that one?
Oh, shoot. Which one is it?
I told you it. It's the S.
What's 90% at 5 degrees of freedom?
S 2.015.
2.015 and negative 2.015.
That's our T.
That's your T.
He has to
So
make
2.015. SD, she gave it to us as 73. The square root of what's N?
6.
6.
It's
Wait, how do we know?
60.1.
No way.
Yes, why? 2.015
Seriously?
times 73 over the square root of 6. 60.1.
You're serious.
Yes.
60.1. Yep.
Everyone can confirm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, you guys don't have the right formula.
What?
We're doing confidence interval.
You-
Child,
I'm on confidence
Yeah, this is
interval.
confidence.
not confidence interval. We're doing.
You said.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, fine. We'll keep going. Sorry, I said confidence interval. You are right. What is what'd you get? This is for error.
60.01.
60.1.
60.1.
60.1. Okay, so all right, we'll keep going with confidence interval. We'll do this. So mu d has to live between. What do I do with the 60.1 then?
Add and subtract from D bar.
Add and subtract from d bar.
Oh. They're
Uh,
Plus is 497.2.
and subtract is 359.1.
And 359.1.
Mhm.
Okay, 0 has to live between there.
No.
Does it?
No.
No.
So we are concluding that they are not equal. Does it look like they're equal to begin with?
No.
No.
No, right? We knew that was probably going to be what the case was, right?
R
Okay.
H
I wrote
O.
P.
All right, if we do the other one, if we do confidence interval, let's do that one.
Standard
That one is T equals D bar over. There we go. This is why, that was why I was so confused. Okay, do this one.
SD.
What's our D bar? 70 or
419.2. Okay, if you do T, if you find the confidence interval. So this one's confidence interval, this is critical value. There you go.
14.1.
14.1 is what you get.
Chill. I didn't even have time to
I
write
know,
it down.
same, like.
Okay, I'll wait for you. See if you get 14.1. Now we know what we're trying to get though.
Alright, so SD and S are the same thing.
Yes, right.
I
Okay.
got 14.1.
What is our
Like one
What,
SD.
where is
And
that?
it's 6. Yeah.
And it's 6, yep.
I got 14.1.
14.1.
14.1. Okay, now what do we do with the 14.1?
Now we have to do this thing where
Nothing.
we, yep, nothing.
Compare it on the chart.
Yeah.
Where does 14.1 live? There, which means we are
Correct.
reject, circle the bottom, claim is true.
Okay.
True?
Yep.
Okay, if I ask you, what does that mean in like non-technical terms? What would you say?
There is a significant difference.
Or greater.
Between 1 day and advance versus 30 days.
Right. There is a difference in the amount of money that you are going to pay 1 day in advance versus 30 days in advance.
Are we done?
That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Do you guys want to do a standard deviation?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes? Let's do that real quick.
That one's kind of easy.
Standard deviation has no confidence interval. It's just critical value for standard deviation.
Okay, yeah, we'll do one then.
No.
What?
Mega potty.
So
May you
it's-
go potty?
Yes.
No.
H naught is
I'm just gonna go.
I gotta think here.
She's thinking about me going to
I gotta think here.
And she's gone.
I gotta find the standard deviation problem. I gotta think here.
we just need an
Okay.
S1 and an S2. That's all we need.
I gotta get my book.
We could use this one.
To find the standard deviation problem.
Just give us numbers that what best.
Yeah, you just need S1 and S2 for standard
Yeah, and
deviation.
just give us one where the S1's bigger. Try and draw that.
Standard deviation. We did one of those. Okay,
Chelsea, why don't you
treatment
hate
versus
us?
no treatment.
Why do you hate us?
Oh, this one
You
again.
guys can go, I don't care.
Are we doing treatment?
Okay, the treatment numbers.
Oh.
N equals 20. N equals 20 for no treatment. The average pain level for the after the treatment is 0.44. The average pain level for before the no treatment is 0.49. Standard deviation of 1.4. Standard deviation of 0.96.
Anyways. Okay.
Now what?
Okay. Oh, can I change one thing? They did not do this very good.
No.
Let's change this to be 21 because I want them to be different degrees of freedom.
2.13. Oh my god.
Okay? You are doing a standard deviation.
Another one.
FYI, when you're doing standard deviation,
What's our?
we don't need X bar. You don't need X bar. They're giving you information that you don't need. We're testing standard deviation.
0.05 is the fish value.
Okay, H naught, H1. We want to see if our standard deviations are the same, right? I'm going to say that the standard deviations are not the same for the second one. I didn't tell you which one was bigger than or less than. We're going to use 5%. Okay. So that means two tail, 2.5% here, and 2.5% here. The tricky part is not the formula, it's looking up. So we want which percentage in the middle? 95%. Okay, 95% is what I'm going to look up on the chart. But I need two more pieces of information. Which standard deviation goes on the top? 1.4 or 9.6? 1.4 squared over 0.96 squared, right? That's going to be your critical value. Okay? 2.13. Okay, now, the degrees of freedom for 1.4 was how much? 19. The degrees of freedom that corresponded to 0.96 was 20. So, when you are looking up on your chart, which chart is 95%? The first page or the second page?
First.
Well, the
Oh,
first.
I think first page. So you are on the first page, and you want numerator degrees of freedom to be 19. You want denominator degrees of freedom to be 20.
So
Does that make
maybe
sense?
use 15 then? So 15 over
2.2033 is what I'm hearing.
use 15.
Sure.
Wait, we use 15 over
2
20?
no, oh wait.
Right.
2.573.
Yeah, I got 2.5731.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
2.5731.
Where?
You use 15.
You use 15
15
for
on
the
the top,
numerator and then 20 on the
Right?
side.
So we don't have a 19, so we use a 15 on the top and we use a 20 on the bottom.
Are you on like the first like?
On 95.
Yep. You want to be on the first page. First page is 90%. What I would do, if you don't have
Can
this
you
figured
go?
out, on your staple page, do me a solid really quick and
I'm
put
gonna throw my marker in.
95% on the first page and put 90% on the second page.
Throw my
Okay?
marker.
If you would do that, put 95% here and put 90% here. Got it?
Now.
Like maybe that would help. Okay, so 2.5731 is my cutoff. Okay, what are we comparing to that? 2.13. So that means they are
They are,
equal to, right? And whatever our claim was, we'll do that way. Okay, that is standard deviation. Okay. Good? Happy with that? That was all 3 parts. Now, keep in mind that on the test, I might only ask you to find P bar. I might only ask you to find Q bar or D bar or whatever, right? Like, it's not going to be 10 questions of do the full test all the way through. It's just like find these parts on some of them.
That's nice.
Okay, so make sure you read what you are trying to find. All right?
Yes, for
Yes,
that one, yes.
yes, right.
Huh?
Yep. When you're doing standard deviation, the bigger number goes on top. Okay. All right. That is what I have for you. Good. Are we feeling okay? All right. Goodbye, Marcus.